Hi, it's Coach Dawn from Salisbury University Field Hockey.
I'm Coach Lindsey.
We're here today to share some drills and skill improvement sessions so that you can do it at home while we're stuck in quarantine.
Let's get started.
First thing we're going to do is a little warm-up drill with some defensive skills. And we know nobody likes to do defensive work, so we're going to start with that one and get it out of the way. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to work on our jabs and our blocks. So with all of our drills that we're doing today, you don't need a lot of equipment, you don't need cones, and we'll show you a variety of different props that you can use that you probably have around the house. And you can just grab a piece of carpet somewhere at a local store. If you don't have a piece of indoor-outdoor carpet, any tight Berber type carpet will do. If you have some in your bedroom, in your rec room, whatever, you can do that as well. But all of these things can be done in a small space. They also can be done right here on the concrete or on the blacktop. If you're going to do it on a hard surface like that, make sure you duct tape the bottom of your stick so you don't tear your stick up with that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is just work on some defensive footwork and jab skills. So you're just going to run out, jab, run back, run over, block, run back, back out, jab, back, over here, block. And do that a series of times really quickly. So jab, block, jab, block. Okay, and then we can add, as we progress with that, we can add some smaller jabs in there. So out jab, contain your person, block, out jab, contain, and block. Notice I'm switching my feet from one side to the other. So I have my left foot forward as I'm coming down this way. Okay, when I come back and I go this way, I'm putting my right foot forward and jabbing this way. Make sure you're alternating so you get comfortable on both sides.
Yes, and using lots of little steps will help you with that, and not crossing over your back so you don't trip.
Yeah, so keep your feet open. So up, little steps here. Okay, so we don't want to go up and do any dance moves coming back. Okay, so it's really important. Little quick steps, get to the space you need, and stay nice and low while you are working it. All right, now we're going to move on to individual skills. It's very important that you practice your individual skills on a daily basis. Some people say take at least 100 reps. I say at least 10 minutes a day just working the ball, getting familiar with the stick, doing different things, and most importantly, just having fun, okay? Your first touch is critical, so you just have to learn to become one with that ball and just move it around and work it. Start off slow, work your way up to a good speed, but the more touches you get on the ball, the better you're going to be. And at the end of this quarantine period, with the time that you have to spend on ball control skills, we should all be dynamite. So let's make sure we're doing this at least 10 minutes a day. So what we're going to do is just start off just working the ball, okay, just getting lots of touches in a space. What's really important, is just that nice touch, smooth touch on the ball, quick hands, okay? So your top wrist is doing most of the work, but we're just working that ball and moving your feet around a little bit, working in a space, trying different things, just getting comfortable with the movement with that. As you get more comfortable, you can add new things, and work on different pulls, different movements, but we're really just working on our individual control. So we don't need to be working it in a lot of space. Just need a very small confined space. This is great to do if you just have a small space in your bedroom. Okay, you don't need to have just a small square, 2x2, 3x3 square, little space in your bedroom you can do. Just be careful that you don't break anything. Make sure that it's safe to do it. You're not going to hit anything with the ball to do that. If you are working inside, you can try some different types of balls to use, and we'll go over that in just a second. But basically, just lots of touches on the ball, both sides of your body. Okay, left side, right side, moving. The nice thing about working your stick and getting good control on your stick is you're the only one who knows what you want to do, so you really can't mess up unless you hit your feet. So just go with it. Fake it till you make it. So just keep working that ball and moving. We can move into a square and work in spots. You notice here, we just have a couple of cloth spots we put down here. You don't need any fancy cones. You can have some boards just to bounce the ball off of if you want to, but here I just cut up an old t-shirt and using that, it sticks really nicely to the carpet. But here we want to stay in the middle of the box and just kind of work. We can start off with what they used to term the yardstick pull, where you're just pulling the ball back and forth. Now, you have to be careful that you don't just get into a comfortable rhythm. So really work it. Some quick pulls, some slow pulls, and really change up what you're doing. Try to keep the ball outside the box. Okay, then we can move from one side to the other and work up and back. We want to try to keep our feet in the direction that we are going and moving with the ball. So we don't want to turn our feet here. We want to keep our feet going in that direction and just turn our upper body. Then we can pull it over, same thing here. And we can even open up and do it this way and just change what you're doing. As you get more comfortable doing it, you can stay on the top, get out of the middle of the box, get to the top of the box, and work it this way. So now you're really challenged to reach back, bring the ball forward, cross, back, bring the ball forward, and just keep working that ball. And then we can start by moving the ball around and just lots of touches in and out, moving the ball around different areas. Okay, you can go around a cone, but just lots of movements, lots of touches, trying to keep the feet as much as possible moving forward.
And I think it's also important with your footwork is to not get caught back on your heels. And if you notice, Coach Dawn is always moving forward, like she said, in the direction that she wants to go with the ball. And she's not getting caught back where she's going to fall backwards. So she's always leaning a little bit forward in an athletic stance.
Yeah, nice and low. You want to stay low. You want to get a comfortable grip on the ball. You want to have good vision, so the ball should be out in front of you so you're getting good vision. You don't want it stuck back here in your feet. So out here so you can maintain good vision, good quick wrists, quick hands, and just kind of move that ball and just get comfortable moving it around just all over the little piece of turf that you have. Now, if you're stuck inside and you don't want to break anything, tennis ball, great thing to use, okay? It's got good bounce with it, okay? So you got to really work on that soft right hand and that soft touch, but if you hit something, it's not going to break it, okay? So this is really good to use in a tight space indoors, okay? And it's also good to work on your first touch with it, okay? And if you want to do some 3D skills where you want to lift up against a door, you can do that without breaking anything. I like to practice with a variety of balls, even a golf ball, okay? So it just offers another little bit of a touch and a little bit different. It's smaller, so the vision is a little bit different, gives you a little different feel. Oops, and off it goes. But, you know, start and end with a hockey ball, so you're always working on with the ball that you're going to use in practice and game situation.
Yeah, and I think the key word from that drill is going to be first touch. We say that word easily 100 times at practice because it's the most important thing. So here you're not doing anything too fancy. You're just working on those small touches, and which is going to help with the first touch when we talk about progressing from this skill right here.
Okay, in this segment, we're going to work on taking our individual skills and putting them more in motion. So Coach Lindsey's going to work on moving the ball up and down the field. One of the key points is to keep your feet moving as much as possible in the direction that you want to go. Keep the ball out in front, lots of good touches on the ball, and keep your head up so you have good vision. So she's going to go ahead and demonstrate a couple things here that you can do easily at home.
Yeah, if you notice, we're using our t-shirts again, but you can use paper towels, toilet paper, canned goods, anything that you have in your house that you think you could go in and out of. It's important, like Dawn said, that our feet are staying forward. There's so many different ways that you can do weaving in and out of cones. You want to make sure we can keep staying on the side and go back on both directions.
Okay, then she's going to do a little bit faster on the right side with just a small pull to the middle of the cones. Then same thing up the right side. Now she's going to move to the left side, do the same thing, a little more challenging. Woo. Okay, now she's going to add a double pull.
Okay, should I go back this way?
Okay, now she's going to pull around the cones, and her feet are going to stay on the outside.
I'm going to go this way too.
Okay, now we're going to move to lateral movement, and on this one, she's going to have her feet. We're going to go lateral now instead of vertical, but we're going to do some pops of vertical in there. But first, we're just going to move laterally. So she's just going to move the ball laterally. Okay, just using a little bit of a side step. Okay, again, ball out in front, away from her feet, head up, looking, having some vision. Okay, now we're going to add some quick change of pace and direction with the ball. So she's going to take a lateral step, and then she's going to move forward, okay, and pull back, and then lateral steps forward and back. So just add a little bit of step in there, little deceptive. And the big thing here is just being creative. It's just very important to have fun, enjoy it, get familiar with your stick, improve your stick skills, and be creative. And like we said earlier, you can use a variety of props. You don't just have to have t-shirts, you don't have to have cones, you don't really need anything special. You want to make sure it's something you're not going to get hurt on. That's why this is nice, because if you step on it, you're not going to roll an ankle. But over here we've got cans that we can use. We got PVC pipe, so we're going to move on to that and show you that as well. Okay, the last segment we're going to do here incorporates some pulls, some 3D skills, and just a variety of ways to eliminate your defender. So we're going to just start with just some basic pulls. You notice we, again, just used a piece of a t-shirt here as a line that we're going to pull around. You can use anything. You can use a broom, you can use a 2x4, you can use a piece of PVC, and then we just have a couple of 4x4s on the end because we're going to add a little pass into that. So just going to get started. We're just going to move up. We're just going to take a pull here, pass, receive, pull here, pass, receive, pull, pass, pull, pass, and make sure you're just alternating which side you're going on, and receive. So we're adding a variety of things in there with the pass as well. So again, start off slow and get yourself, as you get more comfortable with it, then we can increase the speed. As we get comfortable with our pull, we can increase the pull size. you know, to bigger pools and little pools. We'd much rather see you pull, catch, if you got enough carpet, pull, catch, and get it back, or pull and actually miss it here, then just do a little baby pull. This isn't going to do much. So you really need to throw the ball out to get around.
Yes, overemphasize your pulls.
Yes, small pulls aren't really going to eliminate a defender, and that's what we're trying to do here, is eliminate a defender. Okay, right now Coach Lindsey's going to come in. She's going to show you how to pull and shield the ball at the same time.
All right, so next we're going to continue with our pulls. Again, we have our line down. This line's going to be kind of our defender. How we're going to do this is I'm going to cut back to the ball, even though we're in a small space, and receive the ball and then shield this defender so that I am not just letting them have access to the ball. So I'm going to come around, get the ball, turn. Notice I'm using my body between the defender and the ball, and then back around, giving a little pass, and then I can kind of just want to step back up again. So with the ball out in front, cutting to, and shielding around, maintaining that. Okay, next you can add the progression onto it with a pass. So again, cutting to the ball, passing, and I can go the opposite way to shield. Okay, need to set back up. I'm going to cut to, pass, and I can go in the opposite direction.
Okay, now we're going to move on to adding some 3D skills. You know, when Coach Lindsey and I played, 3D skills weren't a thing. You weren't allowed to lift the ball off the ground, really. So, you know, you're going to see a lot of bloopers in this demo here. But basically, you want to have good 3D skills. You want to have good 3D skills just individual, just in place. And you also need to be able to get over a stick. So we're going to start with a progression. We've got a small piece of PVC pipe here. You can pretty much use anything. We could use our t-shirt line if we wanted to, you know, a board, whatever, a broomstick, but you can use it for pulls as well as lifts. So first thing we're going to do is just with the lift, you generally want to come in on an angle if possible. So we're just going to come in here, lift, and go. Okay, so come in on an angle, lift, and go. If you make a mistake, just pick up the ball and go. That means the defender got it. You need to make sure you're re-defending as quickly as possible. So in, lift, that's a bit high. You can also do a kind of carry it over. So we want to lift and touch and carry the ball over. So just get a little lift, carry it over. Okay, so lots of different things that you can do.
Yeah, it's important to make sure that you are maintaining possession of the ball. So yes, you may be able to lift it over, but if you're chasing after it, the next defender is going to get the ball. So you want to make sure, especially as the game is progressing to more aerial play, that you are maintaining possession of that ball.
And as I said, it's easier to learn coming in on an angle. You want to be able to come in from this way as well as coming in on an angle from this side. This side's a little bit easier. Okay, coming in on this side, you really got to drop that top hand down low and lift the ball over. So as we come in, I'm going to drop that top hand low and lift the ball over. That was a little bit out of control. So we want to have a little more control with that as we go. We can change the level that we're doing. So we can add some different props.
Have our canned goods.
And just change this and really just do the same thing. Coach Lindsey's going to demonstrate now. And try to just kind of, you want to get to the point where you can glide over. And you're going to knock it down. That's okay. Just pick it back up and go again. Sometimes what we think is a really big mistake is quite deceptive to the defender, and you actually get away with it. And remember, nobody knows what you were trying to do but you, so make it look good. All right, and one more thing, we'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. We hope you have a great summer, have fun, and remember, in this time of uncertainty, what we have to remember is, as we tell our student athletes, control the controllables. So the only thing we really have control of right now is what we're doing to improve ourselves on a daily basis. That means getting out there, doing your 10 minutes a day of your stick skills, making sure you're working hard on your fitness, on your nutrition, on your studies. Do the right thing and stay safe.
Yeah, just have fun with it. Field hockey is supposed to be fun. It's the fundamental, just making sure you're getting those small touches on the ball.
Thank you.